of the software that we use is only Windows-based software. We're looking at Dell tablets to provide to the board members and department heads, and then all other employees will have desktop computers. The tablets that the board is going to be receiving is the same tablet that Director Richardson is using right now at his table. That is the same exact model with a removable keyboard and its touchscreen.
What are we going to get?
It has to come before board approval first, but we're receiving posters.
So the rationale, although Apple's been known to be more maintenance-free than the regular PCs and tablets.
Yeah, but a lot of our software is not Apple compatible.
Okay.
Especially the police department, the fire department, public works, fund balance and various finance software, they're not compatible to Apple computers.
And the other thing too is that having the tablets, it'll download on one server, so that way it won't be exposed to worldwide risk. When you download, sometimes we don't have any airware to do it, and it's done in personal. That way they'll have more control. He will be able to put a better firewall. He'll be able to put passwords, so it won't be deployed out. And some of this information is changed. People are generally getting it. We will know it for security purposes of that computer.
But I like the idea of having the tablets because I've been to several board meetings of other times.
Everybody
and
knows.
they have this right there.
Exactly.
Excellent.
So that's IT's report. I'll put my police chief hat on. The police department has been working diligently with our IT upgrade. We finally fulfilled both our 2 grants. Equipment has been purchased. Grant reimbursement requests have been filed. And those grant reimbursements should be to the village no later than mid-November. So I think we made a lot of progress with the grants and actually utilizing the money on a timely basis and submitting reimbursement requests on a timely basis in order to put those monies back in the village coffers. I think that's very important based on our current financial situation. We are looking forward to going into the holiday season in a very peaceful and proactive basis. I will put this out to the residents when you order packages, please, have them delivered to UPS. At UPS store, have them delivered to a FedEx store. If you have a lot of packages coming, over the last 4 to 7 years or more, we've been having a lot of thefts of packages from residents' homes, and the residents that get the packages stolen are residents that work daytime jobs, are not able to sign for packages, and they're left on the porch. So we want to try to prevent that. So my recommendation as your chief law enforcement officer is to use those services that FedEx and UPS offer for free of charge, and have those packages redirected. And you don't have to go to UPS or FedEx every day. They'll hold your packages. So if you have several deliveries coming, you just go on a Saturday and get all your deliveries for the previous week and keep moving in that direction during the holiday season. We're looking at holiday safety. Christmas trees, the purchase of them, be careful putting them up. The fire chief has a lot of documentation over there about safety. I say it because I think it's very important to make sure that we have the proper procedures and processes in place to protect our residents and moving forward. In the village manager side, we're progressing through our financial review process. The TIF reconciliations seems to look like they're going to be done before December. Target date provided by IRH. All the TIF recommendations or TIF agreement reviews have been done. They've been turned over to Montana and Welch as of today. They received a binder with all the recommendations, with all the TIF agreements, based on the legality of the TIF agreements. We're moving right on along and getting to reconciling the general fund. That's the next step in this process. Our forensic auditor is working diligently in doing the forensic audit and getting those things accomplished. So we're moving forward in a good direction to get our 2016 audit done. Update to the board, the audit company that will potentially, based on board approval, be doing the 2016 audit will be doing a presentation to the board next month at the second board meeting, the second Tuesday in November. So we're looking towards that. I will say the budget was pulled off the agenda because we are currently working on getting true actuals that the board has requested. So I did not want to put incomplete budget on the agenda without the actuals, as some of our trustees have requested, and I think is agreeable to have an accurate budget to vote on, a budget with true numbers. The 14th of November, 14th of November. So if we can, it probably will be completed sooner, but that is the next scheduled meeting, a whole day, which will be probably a special meeting based on the mayor's approval, to have a couple board items on there for action. And that actually concludes my report.
Chief, can I ask a request that you make a letter to the industrial park area, because we had an understanding for a while back that we would ask for a letter from, only one letter, remember, Celia, of collection, that they participate in our holiday coat drive and Christmas celebration. So, and I'll tell you the details, I'll give you the verbiage to put in the letter, so they can see if they can participate with us. Some have already asked me, what are we doing? So I'll give you the verbiage to send a collective letter so that we can do that in a coat drive. We should kind of collect it here. Mrs. Peters says you're gonna be here so much, and they can have a coat drive here. Anybody soft or gently used, okay? Trustees?
Mayor,
Yes.
I think it needs to be at Village Hall because we have the social.
Yes.
I think it needs to be collected at Village Hall or the police department
Police department.
instead of here because you have too many social service agencies here and there's too much traffic in here for them to be left in here.
Maybe the police department, since it's open every day.
Yes, ma'am.
Right there, and it's more secure.
Yes, ma'am.
Great idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
Trustees?
Uh,
Which way?
Okay.
Want to start?
Okay. I would like to bring economic development to University Park because we really and truly need it. I'm still working on that. I'm working on restaurants, stores, hotels, and you know I'm for the underpass, bypass, sideway pass. I'm still doing it. I'm still working on it. I just had a talk with, what's his name? Beluga, Riley, I'm sorry. I had a talk with them, and I'm still working on it, and it's gonna come. I'm not gonna give up. So I'm here to try to make this village better for all of us. That's why I'm here.
Thank you. And you know, Representative Riley is stepping down.
Yes, I do. But he still,
Yeah,
put
he
his
works-
2 cents in it and
Yes.
helping me get this on the path.
Yes, but he is, but he's still gonna be living with the connect.
Yes, he is.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much, Trustee.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate your effort. Trustee Wilson? Trustee?
I would like to thank the residents of University Park for coming out tonight, because tonight is not a pretty night. And anytime that you take some time out of your schedule and you're not watching Dancing with the Stars or whatever, but you're here tonight working for the betterment of the village. And I truly appreciate you guys for doing that, because we have to be up here and this is what we do. And I thank you. I'm 6 months into this deal, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Wilson, do you have something, Trustee?
I'm sorry, I was trying to be short. I know I talk a lot. For the She Road Walk, I did sign up for a group, but if you don't want to be on my group, I know we're very competitive in University Parks. Let's other people start groups and see who can do the 5K, 10K, or the 3K walk. I'm walking.
You can walk or run.
I can't run, I'm walking.
Okay. Thank you. Trustee Anson Brown?
First off, let me apologize for my tardiness this evening. It was inadvertent, but I had a matter that I need to take care of in Chicago. I'd like to offer my condolences to the Larson family. Mr. Larson was my first client, or one of my first few clients when I first got into practicing. Also, unfortunately, it's one of my first losses. However, he gave me a second chance and I managed to get the tenant out of the properties that he was renting. He was a good man and he will be missed. I am so excited about the new direction of unity and purpose in the Village University Park. We should all be excited about the Committee of the Whole meeting and our first official project announced here tonight, a bus service that fulfills a definite purpose for the residents of University Park. And I know together, us working as a group is going to make this successful. I want to thank you all for coming to see our professional government in action. Let us all love one another. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. I'm excited, Trustee Oscar Brown, I appreciate that so much, that we're all holding each other accountable, we're working together. We have different opinions, but we're working together. I'm glad to hear no one comes up to that podium and say, I'm tired of you all fighting and arguing. It's so peaceful, and it makes me feel good in my heart. I've been praying every day for this, and I pray that it continues. And I hope that this filters out to our community as well. Congratulations to, I want to shout out, congratulations to State Senator Toy Hutchinson, who's in our IML review book, and Olympia Fields, who was recently named President-elect for the National Conference of State Legislative, NCLS. She will assume the role of President following the next NCSL Legislative Summit in August of 2018. I feel the village policies are in a serious need of updating. Repeatedly, we've tried, each time we've had a village manager, but it really needs the attention and bring before the board for approval because the policies are very outdated and they should be. I had a meeting with someone today, a very, very known person for a cable station, and he was going to come out here and we're going to talk tomorrow. Daryl Bolton talked to him today, just talked to him. And we're really happy. Hopefully we'll have it up and running very, very, very soon. He's given us ideas. He's worked before. He's in the south suburb area. He started the original cable committees. So for all the cable stations in the Southland area. So I'm really excited about talking to him and meeting with him tomorrow. Gary, I don't know if we can do it, but is it possible we can have some signs up around University Park to say, keep University Park clean? Or love where you live, or any ideas like that. It's just an idea. Thank you. I saw your thumb go up. I appreciate that because maybe it was heartening for me to see someone take a bottle and throw it over his shoulder. I said, you have no more love for your village than that. Come on, baby, don't do that. So it's, anybody can have courage, but it's another to have honor. So we need to think about that in our village where we live. And again, I'd like to thank Ms. Jill Thompson for bringing attention to the trees in her yard. It was seriously dangerous, and now we're acting on it. We hope to see other successful things for the next coming year. Like I said, the resources and the grants. I will continuously work and go out of this village in different states. I will be in Connecticut in December. I was in Washington, and then I was in Indianapolis, and then I was in Washington, Seattle. So I have to sometimes go outside to bring what we have inside. And I was wondering, I know you populated the trash cans. Can we label them? Because I would hate for somebody to drag some of those off. And they do it because some people told me that they're taking their trash cans.
That was our plan for the winter, when we bring them all in
Right.
winter. I was gonna put,
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. And I've been saying this, but I really want to do this, Chief and Board, when we do that big meeting in January, we have a crest contest, and I'm willing to donate the money for the crest contest. University Park does not have a crest. A lot of the villages do. I'm not going to tell you what the money is yet. I have to look at my budget. So I'm going to have a crest contest, and I'd like to thank the two young ladies at Credit Middle School that started a scholarship leadership program. They visit me, and I'm giving them points for community work, and they're really impressed with the things that they've been going through. And pray for our children, because they shared with me one of their students there just got out of the hospital because he tried to commit suicide in middle school, and one was successful at the high school. So we need much prayer I was meeting with the Southsburg Mayor Managers last Thursday night, and the night before that, we had another meeting, but it's interesting, at the Planning Commission and with the Southsburg Mayor Managers tonight, we had a discussion on the wireless. It's a Senate Bill 1451, the wireless bill that they're opposing. We are collectively opposing. And Gary, you need to watch out for this, our fire chief and our police. They're going around putting out, they're trying to push the bill that they can come in all our lights that we have and put their wireless services there without any revenue going to the villages. And it's a real bad one. So the legislative committee, we have a meeting every Monday morning for an hour, and we were talking about that. So they told me to tell you guys to watch out for that, because they are illegally, and they can legally do that without our permission, and we can't take it down. So we're working with our congressmen and all to fight this bill so it doesn't expire. Richard Ronald gave us that report Thursday night. And I would like to thank the chief for attending this leadership training with me last week when we went downtown. And it was given by the Metropolitan Mayors and Managers, and it was hosted by National League of Cities. It was called Racism and Equality. And it showed how horrible it is. And speaking of development, they were showing how they systematically designed to stop businesses from coming to the African American areas. They use buzzwords like urban, rural, and those are hints for other developers not to come into our areas. And then, I'll let you know, we did have a developer that left, and they read next door. And they said that you hate yourself that much, why should we come there? I got that report from Industrial Park. And we will be meeting with that guy again. The board will be meeting with him. He's still, I talked back to him, he's still trying to come and do some development, but we did lose something from that. So I don't mind, it's open and everybody can do that, because haters make you motivators. That's what you should do. And still, you don't know who's looking at things and what they're determining it on and basing it on, but we should be a little more kinder. And everybody has a different opinion, and that's okay and it's healthy. But when it gets as bad as ours, and that's what they're talking about doing too, the African American Marriage Managers are hosting a protest against social media. Because one of our members is over Comcast, and they were talking about abolishing Nextdoor because it's so toxic in so many different areas, in so many different states. Madison talks about it. Richmond Park has a problem with Olympia Fields. It's just getting really, really bad. So they're asking them to make a bill to remove it. So they're pushing that. The training, like I said, from racism and equality last week was just phenomenal. And it's not, and it's strategically being done. While we're sleeping, they're planning. And you need to really understand it's strategically done. And there was mayors from Crestwood there, from Richmond Park, from where else? All the top suburbs area that was there. And it was alarming of how it's being done right now. So we need to really work together and open our hearts and minds and understand that there is a design to destroy. So I would also like to say, like Trustee Oscar Brown said, my condolences go out to Mr. Lawson. When I had my home built, he was the first landscaper to put all my shrubberies there. God bless him and the family, and my prayers are with them. So with that said,
I have one thing, please.
Yes, sir.
One
One thing I want to hear on the IT, the meeting that we did have, when I had with the chief last Saturday, and Friday, that it was really good, and I heard a lot of the residents saying what they'd like to see. They want communication. I would love them, like I told the guy, he was like almost $5,000 cheaper than the other proposals, which will come to the board, and I asked him to make us paperless. I hate paper, I'm a computer person, hate paper. And we want it so that the people can communicate with us, talk to us, make requests. The lady told me today, which Gary, you talked to her, and then she talked to you, you don't have to physically go there. You can be able to get everything online, pay online, respond online, give them alerts, let you know that someone's just broken into a house around the corner. There's a suspicion that it might be spotters or squatters over here. We just saw some kids over here. Instantly, and I told them not only do I want it to go to their computers, I want it to text to their phones. So if you don't mind, we can be sending out alerts at all times. That'll come from the fire department and any other areas. And would like to share this with the board, get these packages for you as well. I go places, I pick up things you guys can help. FYIs, okay? And please pray for our clerk, she's out sick, and our other trustees is out sick tonight.
I'll be remiss if I didn't say this. Over this past weekend, my daughter, who was actually conceived here in University Park, she just turned 18 years old. She just turned 18 years old, and from Hickory through Monique Elementary through Coretta Scott King, and now she's a senior at the high school. I would just like to give a shout out to Mariah McMullen for turning 18. And she's the last one.
Right.
The last one. So, happy birthday, sweetheart. You're 18 years old, but daddy's still a boss.
And another thing, last thing, please, I think Ms. Lawson was there, some other people, we need to go to the school board meeting. The superintendent was let go. So Trustee Wilson is the secretary of a core group that we meet on Mondays, and it's just Dr. Hall and Mr. Maurice Brown are doing the best they can do, but it's some serious work that needs to be done. And I've been saying since I've been up here over 10 years, please come to the school board meetings, please. And we will start videotaping them again, so you'll be able to see that online. So everyone that's here, I think Ms. Williams, her daughter, some other people here that's not here right now, and I think Ms. Williams' daughter is here. Whomever, please come out, support. They need to see University Park. The teacher that was there, Ms. Wilson saw, she came here and talked to us here. Dr. Hall tried to have a town hall meeting here, and I think Ms. Humes was there as well. And she said that report card day only one parent came out. And we need to just support the school district better than we do, because majority of your taxes is going there. Majority of your taxes are going to the school board, and we have no accountability. So I beg of you to go on the third Tuesday. And Mr. James Young is there. He's not here tonight, but they've been really struggling hard. And Pastor Williams, Pastor Hunt, Dr. Williams, Ms. Johnson, Katrina Johnson, we're all, it's just a handful of us, but we really need to pack in and check that place out and see what really happened to that.
If that, okay, just one quick thing I just need to tell the residents is actually quite serious. If you have people working on your home, please make sure they're licensed and bonded and registered with the village. I will tell you, in my short 2 months, I've shut down a lot of jobs in University Park. There's at least 3 of them where they were working on roofs, and I had to stop the job, and they didn't put a tarp on the roof, and ended up ruining somebody's home. It's not the village's fault. If somebody is not bonded and licensed, and we send code enforcement out, and we stop the job, okay? So it's very important when residents pick service companies to do their work. Number 1, get a permit. Number 2, make sure they're licensed and bonded. But if you don't, we'll make sure when they request a permit. And we will call and verify the insurance, because we've had multiple companies come in with expired insurance policies or insurance policies that were valid, and they canceled them, and they just brought their insurance over. And I have implemented in the Village Hall that they call and physically verify the liability insurance of any vendor that does work in town to stop that. And we've seen multiple instances where this has occurred. At the end of the day, it doesn't hurt the vendor, it hurts the resident, because you have somebody starting work on your home, and we're stopping that work, and we don't know whether inclement weather is coming, and nor can we control it. And we've had multiple buildings where ceilings have fell in because either work was stopped or work was very shoddy, and they had somebody do their roof that wasn't licensed and bonded, and there was no permit. And then they want to call the Village Hall and call code enforcement and say, hey, my ceiling fell in. And we asked them, well, who did it and when? Did you get a permit? No. Well, what can we do for you? If you didn't get a permit, there's no way the village can defend you to ensure that that vendor is compliant if you never pulled a permit and it was never done the proper way. So I just want to share that with residents, because we've had that happen numerous times over the last 2-month period, as recent as yesterday. So, we're really looking out for those things, and you guys just need to be aware that there are vendors that will say they'll do a roof for you, they'll do work for you, they're not licensed and bonded, and because they give a good price, the resident says, come on in my house and do the work. But a year later or 6 months later, you're coming to us and saying, hey, I have issues, my roof is leaking, and there's nothing we can do. So just look out for that. That's very, very important.
Chief, does he come around on the weekends? Because that's what they say, they do it on the weekends, so that way they don't have to come through the village hall. Gary?
On the weekends, I write, if you ever see the little orange stickers, the good thing about me living in town, I see you on the weekends. So I'm always putting the stickers out and stopping them on the weekends if I can't verify. So usually on the weekends, I just stop you for verification. I can do that. So when you see the little orange tag, that's me. All wrong.
Question, Fire Chief, Acting Fire Chief. There's a house right on Blackhawk, right behind my house. The other morning, well, last week actually, I woke up to ashes all on the cars in my driveway over the next block. There's whoever, I need to find out who was supposed to be remodeling that house or taking it over. They burned all of the bushes, set them on fire. It was on a blazing fire in the middle of the night, and that morning ashes was all over everybody's car. And I found out someone's trying to rehab that house, but it was a serious fire. Serious fire. That's a scary thing. They burned all the bushes. The bushes were terrible, and they were all over there. And I just wanted to know that. And Will County, did we find out who was doing that illegal? I got a call from Will County I told you about. Did they catch them? They were.
Can I be recognized?
Yes, sir.
Do we have an executive session tonight? Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to go to executive session.
Okay, I have to answer this question.
Madam Mayor, point of order, I think a board member may make a motion at any time. I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that.
No, I'm not doing that. I just want to
It's a
answer.
long
Maybe
night,
you
it's
didn't.
almost 10 o'clock.
Okay, I understand. I have to get up at 4:30.
You have to get up at 4:30, I'm trying to be considerate of you, Madam Mayor. So I would like to make a motion to go to executive session for what purpose? I don't know.
We'll discuss litigation pending
And I still would like an answer. Someone, would you answer that after the meeting?
Personnel too.
Yes, and personnel.
To discuss our litigation personnel.
Okay. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Yeah, you were. Because I want the audience to hear that answer.